Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome back. And I want to say that because we're doing our first champion review in like 3 weeks, 2 weeks?
Almost a whole month, dude. It's been forever since we've done this because of everything else that's been going on in leagues. In the league space, that's the word I was looking for. Phrase.
Yeah.
Jeez, I'm struggling.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a fun one to return to. I think first we wanted to go over the poll from the last episode, the 12.12b patch episode. Surprisingly, I know as things broke down, we ended up with the B patch as the later episode because of Riot, so things will eventually get back on track. I don't know when, but they will, guys, so sorry about that.
Yeah, it's good. So our poll from last week was, are you guys tired of the durability changes basically being reverted? And 100% of you said yes and agreed. It just doesn't seem like, what's their end game? Like,
it's nonsensical, literally nonsensical.
I just feel like they have two hats and they're like, okay, or maybe they had obviously they had all the champions in one hat for, oh, we're gonna, here's the basic durability change, boom, and then they like close their eyes and then reach into that hat again and like, all right, who needs to get nerfed and who needs to get buffed? All right, revert, boom, and like I just it is for sure annoying.
It's definitely silly. Like at a certain point, you gotta wonder, like, what are we doing? We get a week of durability, and then we fucking change it. Like,
no, right? Exactly. It's dominated like the last couple of patch. What was it? 12.10 was durability.
I think so.
Yeah. So, and it also, I'm curious about like newer players or players who don't like maybe just randomly look at patch notes or like not in detail, and they're just like, okay, well, what the fuck is this? Like it might be a little more confusing for them.
Right.
I mean, if I'm confused and I don't understand. So
we're always confused, to be fair.
True.
I mean,
very true.
That's our own problem. No, just kidding.
So thank you guys for participating. And then yeah, today we are returning to a champion review, and we got Anivia and Rammus.
Yes, we do.
Now I always say this, but this is probably going to be a short episode because surprise, Anivia does not have any old changes.
That's actually impressive. In regards to the fact that she was released on July 10th, 2009, so a couple days, almost 13 years ago, in a couple days here. That's a really long time to not have any major changes to the kit. A really fucking long time. One of the few old champions that has no rework at all. That's crazy to me, but I guess let's get right into it.
Yeah, so Anivia, again, doesn't have anything different other than her icons.
Yep, and her splash arts.
This champion, man.
I kind of want to start with what she's known for as a champion. In my opinion, there's two things that Anivia is well known for as a champion.
Killing it in ARAMs?
Sure, that's not where I was going with. I mean, as part of her kit, there's the two things that stand out to me, and at least one of these I know everyone's going to agree with. I don't know if they'll agree with the second one, but the first one is obviously the rebirth passive, turning into an egg. As it's stated, periodically upon taking fatal damage, Anivia enters resurrection for 6 seconds and restores all of her health. While in resurrection, Anivia is unable to act and gains negative 40 to negative... Is it negative 40 or 20? I can't... Oh, no, okay. It is negative 40 to 20 bonus armor and bonus magic resist. So at early levels, she's losing a shit ton of armor and MR. At later levels, she's actually gaining armor and MR by being in the eggshell. If Anivia remains alive by the end of the duration, she is revived at her current health. One of the things that's cool about this is you can actually see the little snowflake come from the top down, so you have an idea of the timer for when she's going to res. So you know when you should be able to kill her or when you might be fucked. Who knows?
The other thing I'll say that's really fucking insane is that you can use teleport while she's in her egg.
Yes. Yes. Also, Rebirth does break tethers. That is something to note. Um, Chrono Shift from Zillion and Guardian Angel do take priority over Rebirth, so if she has one of those, which she shouldn't have Guardian Angel anymore. In the past, she may have, but now she should not. She's going to go through that cycle before she turns into an egg, so this champion can just have a ton of reses, and obviously with Renata Glask, I'm sure that probably takes precedent before her going into an egg as well, so it doesn't state it here, but this may not be totally updated to the current abilities. But yeah, that's in my opinion is like the biggest fucking thing that she's known for is being the egg and having the little wings on her in-game icon next to her, covering her level. For those of you that don't know, that little icon that shows her any champion's level can tell you a lot about what's going on with that champion at the time. If they have a spell shield, it'll show you if Yumi's on there, it'll show you if they have a res available. So if you can't quite see the particles or tell if there's a particle effect, you can look at the nameplate at the little level spot, which I think is silver usually. And you'll be able to notice some certain things surrounding that little icon, telling you what's available in their regard.
Yeah, similar to Zach's. If Cell Division is
Zach
up, he'll have that.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned, when Zillion throws on the ulti,
Or if you have a GA. Yeah.
Something to notice, just to pay attention to if you're leaning against this champion. I personally have not seen this champion in a solo queue game.
No.
I
Not
don't
in a
see
while.
her.
Not in a while. I haven't seen this champion in a pro game except for MSI. Where, and this leads me to my second thing that she's well known for, is her W skill, Crystallize. She just puts up a fucking wall. And that thing's pretty gross. And I feel like she's known for this because like a lot of times people will pick her into champions that this really fucks over. Like champions without dashes or whatever. I'm like, guess what? Now you're fighting with me. As it reads, Anivia summons a wall of ice at the target location, perpendicular to her facing, knocking all units away from it, though not through terrain. The wall lingers as an impassable terrain for 5 seconds. As it levels, it will grow in width. It does give a knock up, so if you're playing with a champion like a Yasuo or a Samira that can chain with the knockups, that is also something to think about. But yeah, in my opinion, those are two big, well-known aspects about her. Obviously, there's the Q and the ulti as well, but I think these are the two biggest things that, like, you think of Anivia, these are the two things I think of: the fucking wall and the stupid egg.
Yeah, I feel like I mean, if you ever watch Froggen's like the only streamer I think that plays as a champion. But if you're good at this champ, it's so fucking annoying to even like try to deal with her. It's like just the W, like if you're walking and she throws that shit up, it's like, especially if you're like the auto pathing will fuck you over so hard if she blocks like a direction that you're walking in, you'll just like turn around and start walking, like especially like fighting in like close jungle corridors and stuff.
Right.
If you can funnel an enemy team in and then have your ulti down,
Yeah,
and they're just stuck.
it's pretty gross.
And of course the E does it do double damage?
The E, so if they've been hit by the Q or the
There you go.
ulti,
It is
will do
doubled.
double damage. Right.
Including, yeah, okay, so it's a fuck ton of damage. It hits.
Yeah. It hits fucking hard. Especially for a low mana skill that's got a short cooldown of 4 seconds. Like, that's kind of your bread and butter skill.
Right.
Obviously, the ulti is like the big thing, but the E being able to just pump single target damage pretty heavily with that is fucking disgusting.
Trying to think. I don't think there's literally nothing else, guys. Maybe talk about her skins. What's the best skin? I think
The best skin's Bird of Prey, obviously, because she's a bald eagle. Cosmic Flight's pretty cool. I don't think I've actually seen anybody play with that skin. Um, that one's cool.
I don't know.
Divine Phoenix is the Jade one. Go ahead, Black Frost.
Black Frost, just because it's a legendary and she
Right,
changes.
right. That one's pretty cool. I do like prehistoric, but I actually like all the prehistoric skins because dinosaurs. Um, let's see. Hextech is cool because she's a robot in that one. That's one I always like just because of that. Team Spirit is the most bland one. um, yeah, I don't know. I'm a fan of the bald eagle, man. I gotta go with the bald eagle.
Let me look at her. Let me see what her old splash looks like.
I actually think I like her old bald eagle splash better than her new bald eagle. It's just a little more on the nose, but like she looks, I feel like she looks more menacing. She just looks like they literally drew her as a bald eagle for that one, and I think it just looks better. Truthfully,
You're right. Yeah, I think that's it. Unless you have anything else for Anivia.
no, her old icons are pretty gross though. I gotta say that her old crystal eyes is just some fucking stalagmites, and it's really weird. And her first Flash Frost. I gotta say that one right. It just looks like a fucking baseball with ice nails knocked through it. But yeah, I think that's it for Anivia, really. Let's go take a quick break, and we'll come back with Ram Ram.
All right, Rammus.
Rammy, this guy
I,
has had some changes.
can I just say I had no idea his title was just the Armadillo.
It is? I don't even know that either.
It's just Rammus the Armadillo. Like it's not
Let's
like
go.
the shelled like protector or whatever the fuck, but it's just the Armadillo.
It fits. All he says is, okay. And so, like, yeah, I mean, Armadillo. It's pretty short, I guess. I don't know. Rammus is, he's a fun champ. If you really like to play, just run at you and stop what you're doing kind of champ, I find him fun. Also, he's got a Ninja Turtle skin.
I just feel like he's just useless unless the enemy team has it like at least 380 threats.
Right.
I mean, you can build. Obviously, you can build him. It just obviously because his. Well, we'll go over it because his some abilities scale off his armor. But
right.
Let's look at his past.
Yes, we start with the passive. That's the first one on there. Spiked Shell. So the passive is more or less the same. They just change it a little bit. So it's still Spiked Shell. The old passive was that Rammus gained 25% of his armor as bonus attack damage.
Now, basic attacks deal 10 plus 10% armor, bonus magic damage on hit, increased to 15% during his W, which we'll get to. So, I mean, I guess just gaining.
He needs damage. He doesn't build damage. He needs damage somewhere.
I like the on hit more. I just feel like just flat 80 would just kind of. Let's just kind of like.
Right. No, I totally agree. Like, oh, here's some bonus attack damage. Like, making it on hit and making it deal magic damage makes more sense with what he's doing. I think. I think it's just more cohesive. So yeah, I agree with you. The updated one, even though it's more or less the same, better.
All right. Next, his other change. So his Q and his W were the same.
Right.
I guess we could just briefly.
Yeah, go over the Q, but everyone's favorite ability.
Oh, the fucking Speedway.
Sonic the Hedgehog right here, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you just gotta go fast. I don't know.
That's it, man. Remember when Chemtank first came out and everybody was playing Rammus and just fucking dive bombing people with the Q and Chemtank? That shit was nasty, and it was fun as all hell to do. Because that's when you got the damage burst too, right when you hit somebody or whatever. Mm-hmm. So that thing is pretty fucking gross.
I like seeing it in Earth.
Oh my god!
If you have like a team full of like people that has like a zillion or like anything that could speed you up, that dude fucking flies across the map at like Mach 69, dude. It's so fucking insane.
It's fucking crazy. I wonder if they've ever done the math, or like if not even on Earth, or just a regular game mode, like how fast with the help of someone who's got Shirelias and he's got all movement speed items, how fast can he get from one nexus to the other? I would be curious. Right, like Jesus fuck? Everybody hit everything. Zillion, hit your shit. You know, that would be a really interesting test. Even putting Yumi on him so she can just fucking speed him up with the zoomies. I just wonder how fast that motherfucker could go.
Also curious if people realize that this is the first ability you max, even though it's very enticing to do the defense curl. Your Powerball, that's I think it's like the most important thing to
Oh,
get
it
around.
is. It is, and it scales on 100% AP. So if you ever got the urge to build some sort of AP, like
Well,
possibly Demonic Embrace would be like a decent item for Rammus,
yeah.
because you're building health anyways, and you just need like a little bit. I want to say he kind of builds similarly to a Mumu, except he builds more armor. You know,
Mhm.
you can afford to put in one AP item that's also slightly defensive, and that would just be really fucking gross in this champion because his ulti and his Q scale 100% on the AP ratio, and they have
Also,
pretty generous base damages as well because he's a tank.
yeah, say because demonic works off any. It
Ability.
burns we'll say magic damage, right? I think
Right.
that's how it works.
Right.
So like that's why it's really good on if you pair it with, well, I guess either Sunfire items, right? Because Sunfire Aegis has an AoE burn, and that will proc it, and then also Frostfire Gauntlet will proc off the frozen ground too.
Right. Right.
So again, you have, if you're building either one of those and you fly in and people are sitting on your ice zone, then they're gonna be taking the demonic, or demonic's gonna proc on it.
I think personally, I think that demonic doesn't work correctly because the readout says it only works on dealing ability damage, but you're seeing it with Sunfire because I don't think it's actually working the way it's supposed to work. That's just a side note here, but Demonic Embrace is not supposed to work with Sunfire Cape or Sunfire Aegis, whatever they're calling it these days, and it's not supposed to work with Frozen Gauntlet or whatever. Is it? No, it's not Frozen Gauntlet. It's whatever the fuck it's called.
Frostfire Gauntlet.
Crossfire Gauntlet, whatever. Same thing. It's not supposed to work with those. It's only supposed to work on ability damage. So I think the item itself is actually broken. Doesn't mean don't use it on Rammus. It's
Like,
still really good because Rammus also procs it with his ball curl, right? That deals ability damage, and that's just fucking gross. It's basically just Thornmail. So you put Thornmail and defensive ball curl with the demonic embrace, you're gonna be actually doing damage to those auto attackers.
yeah. Um, Interesting about demonic. I didn't know. I wonder if it's,
I think
maybe
it's
it is
broken.
work. Maybe it is working the way, and they just haven't. I don't
Or
know.
yeah, something about it is wrong. Either it's working correctly and
Oh,
they
wait a
haven't
minute. Wait.
updated the tooltip,
So
or
it says, because I'm assuming you're looking at LoL Wiki.
yes,
So when you mouse over ability damage, it says ability damage is an umbrella term for spell damage, area damage, and persistent damage. It is prerequisite for applying ability effects. This classification should not be used except in cases where all three of the aforementioned types have a consistent output.
interesting.
So I guess that makes sense.
Sort of. See, I hear ability damage and go, yeah, if you didn't do damage with your abilities, then
Well, I mean, if you, right here it says spell damage, which is abilities, but then it says area damage.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, doesn't really, it doesn't really make
That's
sense.
Daddy Riot. This is what they mean. So
I
it
guess
make
so.
it's gotta make sense. But
But
anyways, let's move on from demonic. So let's see what else. So his QW. W's the same. Obviously, he gets a shit ton of armor. He does get magic
yes,
resist, but not as much.
right.
40 base armor, and then scales up to 100% armor, and of course it applies the thorns. That's
Yep,
why it's just in combo with Thornmail. It's just so gross. And Thornmail did get buffed recently with the extra damage on Thorns now.
yep.
It got doubled, right? I think it's 20%.
I think so. It needed something because that item fucking blows for a Grievous item.
Also remember casting another ability completely stops this. So
Yes.
a good combo. Obviously, if you can't hit W and then Q or Q. If you I think if you use W, it just completely stops your Q.
Yes.
Um, Same thing with taunt. You want to taunt first. I guess we can kind of combo that in with this. You do
Yes.
not want to hit W and then taunt because that will interrupt your W. Will go bye bye.
Yes. Yeah. I'm looking at. Sorry, I'm looking at the details here.
No,
It
you're
says
fine.
defensive
Plus,
ball curl ends immediately if Powerball is cast. Um. Actually, I think you can cast
I'm
E at any point.
pretty sure it interrupts it. Hold on, maybe I hop into a game really quick. Keep reading it.
The duration. Oh no, that's the attack speed there. It just says will end immediately if Powerball is cast. Let me see. Rammus's basic attacks extend defensive ball curls duration by zero point 0.4 seconds up to a maximum of 4 additional seconds. Recast, he ends it. Rammus enters defensive stance for 6 seconds, becoming slowed, getting bonuses, and defensive ball curl can be recast for 1 second within the duration to end it.
I'm hopping
Okay.
in a practice tool right now.
No, you're good. While you're doing that, I'm gonna go over his old E,
Yeah.
which was called Puncturing Taunt. And Puncturing Taunt active, Rammus taunts the target enemy, champion, or monster for a duration and reduces their armor for the same duration. So he used to taunt for 1.25 seconds up to 2.25 seconds, and the armor reduction was 5 to 25. Now it's called Frenzying Taunt. And Rammus taunts the target enemy, champion, or monster for a duration and gains bonus attack speed for the same duration. So the taunt duration is 1.2 to 2 seconds. The bonus attack speed duration is the same. The bonus attack speed scales from 20 to 40%. And as I mentioned, the duration of the bonus attack speed continuously refreshes during Powerball or Defensive Ball Curl and Soaring Slam, which is the ulti. Frenzying Taunt, despite being usable on monsters, does not force them to attack Rammus. He does not draw aggro since the ability does not deal damage. The bonus attack speed duration is separate from the taunt duration. If the target becomes untargetable or dies or is too far away or no longer in sight during the cast time, this ability will cancel but does not go on cooldown nor pay its cost. So those are things to notice as you're trying to cast it. It does have a 1/4 second cast time, so somebody like a Shaco, if timed right, could go invisible, or maybe even Elise if she's going back to invisibility as you're trying to cast it. Things like that will just cancel the ability, but it will not go on cooldown. So you're not SOL. You'd be pissed off that you didn't stop that person who was running away, but you're not SOL.
Okay, yeah, you're right. So it only stops your Q.
Okay.
I could have
I
sworn.
think it used to. I think they fixed that at some point. I think that was patched out. Because I kind of remember that.
What do I fucking know? Hold on, while we're here, let's just see. Yeah, move on to his current.
So the ulti, old ulti, what's the new one called? New one's called Soaring Slam. Old one was called Tremors. They use the same icon. Let's see. Tremors. Active. Rammus creates an earthquake around himself for 8 seconds, dealing magic damage each second to nearby enemies, including to and doubled against structures. The earthquake also slows nearby enemies each second for 1.5 seconds, stacking up to 8 times, and refreshing the duration for each subsequent application. So the magic damage per tick was 30 to 90 base, plus 20% AP. The structure damage was 60 to 180, plus 40% AP, and the slow was 8 to 12%, stacking up to 8 times, which means you could actually get your ass really fucking slowed. Spell Shield only prevents 1 tick of the ability, so that is something to note. The new Rammus ulti, Soaring Slam, which is way better than the old one.
Oh yeah, I mean it gives him more agency in team fights. So like,
Far more agency.
otherwise, because the fact that it has a leap is probably the
Right.
most important part. Because
Right.
now you don't get fucking cucked by minions or something. Like you
Yes,
can
that
just
was the
jump over.
worst fucking part. It reads, Rammus leaps to target location with CC immunity, impacting the ground upon arrival to deal magic damage to nearby enemies and slow them for 1.5 seconds. The impact deals increased damage at the epicenter of Soaring's if Soaring Slam was cast further than 600 units, capped at 1700 units with 50% increased damage. If Soaring Slam was cast during Powerball, enemies within the epicenter are also knocked up for for 3/4 of a second and are dealt Powerball's damage. Powerball will not collide with enemies during the dash, and its channel will be maintained for the dash and to end afterwards. The impact causes 3 aftershocks to burst from the area over 3.5 seconds. Each aftershock deals magic damage to enemies within the area and applies the initial slow, which stacks up to 4 times. Soaring Slam's damage affects structures and is doubled against turrets.
There you
Soaring
go.
Slam will cast at max range if cast beyond that. Just a side note.
Good to know about the
Yes.
fucking tower destruction.
Yes, there is got to be a bug on here. Oh, no, just kidding. The effect radius, so the inner radius is only 200, so you really got to hit somebody in the center. The effect radius is 400 units. No cast time. The impact magic damage is 100 to 250 base plus 60% AP. So this is where that like demonic embrace comes back into play. The center minimum damage is 100 to 250 plus 60% AP plus 100 to 220 based on your Q ratio plus the 100% AP. So you could really do a fuck ton of damage if you catch somebody.
You want to be you want to be using your Q while
yes. If you're not, you done goofed. The slow percentage is 15 to 20%. The aftershocks don't deal a whole lot of damage, but they do slow. The aftershock magic damage is only 20 to 40 plus 10% AP. Still applying that demonic embrace, by the way. And the maximum slow is 60 to 80%. But the total damage you'll get is 160 to 370 plus 90% AP, with the maximum turret damage being 420 to 990 plus 240% AP.
That's fucking nuts.
So, like, a Scion and a Rammus could just absolutely fucking annihilate a turret. And it's totally feasible to have both of those on the same team.
Holy shit, I want to see like a
How
full
fast?
full AP Rammus just fucking one-shot a turret.
Oh, he's gonna have Rabadons and fucking Demonic and Rylai's or something, I don't know. Yeah, that'd be fucking disgusting.
Man.
Alright. What's the best Rammus skin?
Oh, King Rammus.
Okay, I was gonna say this one is actually a tough question because he has a lot of really fucking good skins.
It's gotta be King Rammus Bowser, dude. Like
King Rammus is good. I like Chrome Rammus more than Full Metal Rammus, but the Full Metal Rammus ulti is sick. Guardian of the Sands is whatever. I like Sweeper Rammus because he's the fucking soccer ball. That one's great. I think my favorite is Ninja Rammus because he's a fucking Ninja Turtle. But King Rammus is pretty good because he's Bowser. Like I feel like he has just so many different good ones.
You can't even get that skin anymore.
I know. I think I actually have it. I think I got it out of a box before they shut it down.
Really? Wait, you have it?
I think I do.
If you have that, that's fucking insane. That's so rare.
Do I?
How rare is
either I yeah, I do. I got it last year.
Holy shit.
8/16/2021. King Ram. Yeah, it's a good skin.
Where is King Ram? Let me see how much it's worth.
Oh, and like actual dollar amount?
Someone's saying
Oh, it's loot eligible now. Maybe that's why it's not quite so
King Rammus?
yeah.
It says
Oh, sorry, King. Did I say King? I totally meant Ninja. Did I say King? Oh my god.
Yeah, I was talking about King the whole time.
I'm a fucking idiot.
Oh,
sorry,
I was
guys.
like, holy shit! Wait, you have that skin?
I'm an idiot. I was thinking Ninja this whole time. I can't read. My bad, guys. Yeah, King Rammus. If you can get that, yeah, that's
Let me see how
tough to
much.
get.
Let's see. It's ultra rare. Let me see.
like rare, like Rusty Blitzcrank rare, right?
Like this is, I think, closed beta. Like, hold on.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see.
It released on October 20th of 2009.
Was the only way to get this in the closed beta, I'm assuming? Yeah, given to participants who took place in closed beta.
Jeez.
Damn. If any of our listeners have this skin, let us know. It's so fucking good.
It is great.
Yeah, let's see. Other King Rammus, Ninja, they're good. For his, I don't know if you'd call Rammus boring, but the fact that he just says like three things, he says, okay, all right, like,
Okay. All right.
all right, yeah.
Okay.
That was
Those
that
quotes
voice
are great.
actor. That voice actor had the easiest payday of his life recording his voice lines.
Right. Good job, Duncan. Well done. Well done. Here's a little note that I like here. It is possible for Rammus to reach approximately 3104 armor. That's 3,104 armor in an ideal scenario.
Can be seen here. Hold on.
Yeah, what
Oh, it shows
you
the
gotta go
runes.
Aftershock, Conditioning, Shield Bash, Double Armor Rune Shard. You build 5 Frozen Hearts. You can't do it anymore because you need the Frozen Fist. RIP. They have not updated that. And then you need, obviously, Defensive Ball Curl, Bastion, Braum Stand Behind Me, Oriana's Protect, with a Locket. That's old Locket.
And shield bash.
Yeah.
Holy shit! This is so never gonna happen.
Four Mountain Drakes. Oh my god.
What
yeah,
happens?
it's pretty fucking gross.
What the fuck happens when you hit
attack that
him?
thing? you die.
Well, because he doesn't have. Well, like his W has thorns, but like he doesn't have thorn. That's what the fuck.
Yeah. Like you just die. I don't think there's anything you get to do. I think the game's just over. You just lose.
3,100 armor. Could you? Which reduces physical damage by 96%.
And so you do no damage. You take an ass ton of damage.
What's this W return damage?
The W return damage, let's see, is 40 plus 100% total armor. Oh, sorry, no, that's the bonus armor. Sorry, the return damage, does it fucking say? Applies basic on hit. Wow, it doesn't, it just says bonus armor.
Wait, did they take that off?
Maybe they took the return damage off.
Let me look at patch notes. That's what?
That's like the whole fucking point of it, isn't it?
Hold on. Defensive curl, basic attacks, now extend duration. Did they change that? Hold on.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Okay, this is an interesting development. I have no idea. Let me look at his tooltip.
I'm gonna go to the LoL universe page too. And
Yeah,
see if it's
on
in
here, Rammus goes into a defensive formation, vastly increasing his armor measures, amplifying spike shells damage and returning damage to enemies that basic attack him. But why is it not listed on here?
That's a great fucking question.
I mean, to be fair, LoL Wiki is not run by Riot, but
it is not. So now I need to try to figure out how much damage defensive ball.
I could go into a game too again. See if you can find it.
Let's see. MOBA Fire might have it on here.
Sorry guys, hang in there.
Oh, spiked shells damage is increased by 50% and almost okay. So they just use his passive. That's what they did. So it's his passive, but he gets 50% extra on his passive.
So the auto attacking? That doesn't make sense.
Doesn't fucking make any sense.
Okay, let me go into a practice tool. I'm just gonna read it like in game.
Yeah.
So Ninja Rammus, ultra rare. Just kidding.
Right. Yeah, Ninja. Fuck it.
I was flipping out. I was like, "You have King Rammus."
Trolling. This is waking up to a little bit of trolling today. You know what I'm saying?
Sell your whole fucking account. Like, that's very odd. It does not tell you the numbers. It's gonna be like 10 plus 50% of his armor like returned.
Right. That's really fucking weird. Even the details don't show.
Hold on. What the fuck? It doesn't tell me on here.
No, nothing tells you. What the fuck?
While active, Spike Shell's damage is increased by 50% and also damages enemies that attack Rammus. Does not give me
any sort of numbers.
Or is it? It must be his passive then.
His passive doesn't show that either. His passive is Rammus's basic attacks deal 10 plus 10% armor bonus magic damage on hit.
Yeah, this says, like, I'm level 1 with no items. Says 15 magic damage. So Spike Shell's damage is increased by 50%. So we'll take 15. Half of that is 7.5. So 22.5. And so that means, while active Spike Shell's damage is increased by 50%, also damages enemies that attack him. So it's that. So it's 50% of his passive when he gets hit. Why is that? That's so frustrating.
That's dumb. Oh, yeah, they're just saying his passive applies on the hit. Okay, that's really weird. That's like a funky way to do it. A very funky way to do it.
Am I surprised? No.
No.
It does things.
Right, without putting numbers there. So you have to look at 2 skills to figure out how much damage you do on the return for 1 skill. Nice. Well, I love it.
I think that's it. Thanks for sticking with us doing a little experiment and trying to fucking figure shit out.
Yeah, guys. Hopefully this was informative for you. Right now probably isn't the time to play Rammus. Just throwing that out there. But a time will come soon, I am sure. The next episode will feature Vhagar and Kassadin.
Yep.
And that's pretty fun because Kassadin's a direct fucking counter to Vhagar. So that'll be a fun one to talk about. I don't really have any good questions or polls. Unless you had something you wanted to add, I think this one's pretty much a straightforward shooter here.
Don't say, guys, join our Discord.
Yeah.
We're still looking for people that want to do some custom games.
Yes. I've made some upgrades on the Discord just today as well.
Yeah, guys.
Allowing you to scout any players out there. Choose your preferred pronoun. So if you haven't visited the Discord in a while, go back there, check some of the stuff out. I'm trying to make it more interactive for people and give you guys a space to hang out in and play in and meet others as well.
So yeah, hit that link tree. You got all our links in there.
Instagram, follow me on Instagram. Or us, whatever, you know what I mean.
No, you can follow
the Instagram account. You can follow me too, whatever. I don't post that much.
Let me double check the fucking Apple Podcast.
There's nothing.
Okay.
I checked it. Yeah.
Yeah, guys, leave comments, thumbs up, follow, rate. Appreciate it.
Tell us how we're doing. We're open to this feedback. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to add, guys. I know it's a little bit of a messier episode and a short one, but we'll be back next week with better information and more information because there's a lot more going on with Kassadin and Vhagar than there are with Rammus and Anivia.
For sure. So yeah, we'll see you on Monday, guys, and enjoy your weekend.
Be safe, y'all.